Paralives is the upcoming open-world live simulation game releasing on May 25th, 2026 in early access on Steam. And thanks to the Paralives team, I got the chance to dive into the game a whole week early. And I've been diving deep into the game in the last few days. Hello everyone, this is Abi aka Onlyabidoang. Yes, I started using facecam since 40 videos ago, and sadly, yes, I'm still dealing with chickenpox since my last Paralives video. And today I'm going to show you 23 features you need to know in the game Paralives. Before we begin, please keep in mind that this game will be launched publicly in early access with the price of $40 US. Some of the features shown here are already available, while others are planned to be expanded or improved throughout the early access period. And yes, there will definitely be bugs, glitches, unfinished features, and performance issues that can affect gameplay. So if you're expecting a super polished and fully complete experience, I would suggest waiting for the full release before buying the game. That said, the team plans to actively update the game throughout early access, accepting feedbacks, implementing missing features, and fixing most of the hiccups along the way. So with that disclaimer out of the way, let's see some of these amazing features it has right now. One of the unique customization features in Paralives is height adjustment. You can customize the height of your paras, which is what the characters in this game are called, with adult heights ranging from 1.49 meters or 4'10" all the way up to 1.96 meters or 6'4". And for you Imperial unit users, don't worry, you can change the measurement unit in the settings, or perhaps change the unit to Texas for you patriotic Americans. With such extreme height differences, you might think interactions between paras would look awkward, but they actually work surprisingly well. Here's an example of the shortest para hugging the tallest one, and here's them doing a slow dance. And finally, here's them sharing a smooch. Yeah, the animations still hold up pretty nicely. As for other interactions, most object animations also look fairly natural despite the height differences. That said, there are still a few animations that could use some extra tweaking, especially when the tallest or shortest paras interact with certain objects. In the Paramaker mode, some tops can be layered with other clothing items, allowing you to create many different outfit combinations. This usually works with vests, outerwear, jackets, and similar outer layer tops, which can then be paired with shirts, t-shirts, and more underneath. And of course, you can customize the color of each piece individually using the color wheel. Additionally, some top clothing also have the option to be tucked in or untucked. In build mode, most objects can be resized in a flexible and intuitive way. Couches can be elongated and still function normally. Dining tables can be resized while remaining usable. Windows and curtains can be adjusted freely as so. Dressers and counters can be extended. And most decorative objects can be enlarged or shrunk, and many more. Even beds can be resized, since all beds are single by default and can be expanded into double, triple, or even quadruple size and more, though for now they can only be used by up to 2 paras no matter the size. And if that's not enough, in build mode you can also toggle the advanced transform tool. With this, you can perform more detailed adjustment using triple axis placement, rotation, squashing, and stretching. And yes, this can be applied to all objects. Keep in mind that unlike the regular resizing tools mentioned earlier, functional objects transformed this way will usually become unusable afterwards. When starting a new game, you'll be able to choose between 3 Storytellers. They basically act as the difficulty settings for your save file. You can choose Ricardo for a more challenging experience, Maxence for a balanced playstyle, or Stella the dog for a more relaxed and easier experience. You can also customize the settings yourself, although for now only a limited number of options are available to be edited, with more planned for the future. Most of the time, those Storytellers work in the background based on your chosen difficulty, occasionally helping you during social interactions. Every night, they also give you a random card that can grant objectives, buffs, rewards, or other random gameplay effects for the following day. As some of you may have seen from the trailers, socialization in this game works quite differently compared to other live simulation games we know. You start by simply talking to someone, and once the together bar fills up, 3 social cards will appear, allowing you to choose how you want the conversation to progress. If the interaction succeeds, it increases certain positive emotions for both characters, and over time, you can make friends, romantic interests, enemies, and more. The available options also depend on your personality. Interestingly, the same interaction may have different versions of tones, such as complimenting someone in a friendly, funny, sarcastic, or flirty way. Some social cards can also lead to negative or mean interactions, allowing you to make enemies. However, because of how the system works, these types of cards can currently be quite difficult to encounter unless your character is angry or in a bad mood. Certain cards even have percentage-based success chances influenced by multiple factors, and you can sometimes take a gamble to see whether an interaction succeeds or fails. Socializing can also be done in group conversations, where most interactions affect all members of the group at once. Around town, you'll find request boards where you can accept tasks from other parafolks. These requests can range from fetch quests and talking to certain characters to performing specific interactions. Once you complete a request, you can return to the requester to receive rewards, usually money and improved friendship. You can also receive requests directly from other paras with an exclamation mark above their heads. Simply talk to them and they will explain what they need help with. When applying for a job, some careers don't offer scheduling options, such as teaching jobs. However, other jobs let you choose your work shift hours, and some even allow you to customize both the days and hours you want to work, so you can create a schedule that fits for you. Parafolks can develop wants based on their current emotions, and fulfilling those wants or completing certain objectives will grant personality XP. Once the XP bar is filled, they can level up and unlock personality upgrades related to their vibe, social perks, and talents. Each category offers unique perks that you'll gradually discover as you progress. At certain levels, you'll also be able to assign additional points to attributes such as physique, mind, creativity, or charisma. Jobs can level up as well if your para performs well at work, and besides the usual promotions and pay rises, you also get to choose up to 3 perks with different gameplay effects and benefits. As most of you probably already know, Paralives features a fully open world, meaning you can travel almost anywhere on the map without traditional loading screens. However, entering building lots such as shops or other houses, excluding outdoor areas like beaches and parks, will still trigger a short loading sequence before you can go inside. The game also loads areas progressively while you're traveling to that destination. 2 buildings that are nearby can even stay loaded simultaneously if you're from one building and want to visit the other, although performance can start chugging pretty hard when that happens. There are plenty of community buildings around town. You'll find shops that sell plants and antiques, a general store that sells some unique objects and will apparently include groceries in the future, clothing stores, and a barber where you can get haircuts or tattoos. There are bars where you can order drinks, pizza parlors, cafes that serve desserts, a 24/7 gym, and even a massive library combined with a town hall inside a castle that may or may not be hiding some secrets. There's also a fancy looking restaurant in town, although it currently seems to be a work in progress since I couldn't order anything there yet. Now let's get back to build mode for a moment. When building walls, half walls, or fences, you can disable the building grid and place them in any direction you want. This even allows you to create completely custom shaped structures. The same system also applies to curved walls, making seemingly impossible curves possible in this game. Now you might be wondering, how do you separately paint the walls and floors on these gridless builds, especially with curved walls? That's where separators come in handy. Separators are basically invisible dividers that allow you to separate flooring and wall coverings for custom-shaped rooms if you want different design for each section. You can place them similarly to walls, including both straight and curved placement. After that, you simply apply the flooring and wall coverings you want and you're done. You can buy a wide variety of picture wall frames, which can of course be resized freely. However, what makes them even more interesting is that the image inside the frame can be changed. The game already provides plenty of images to choose from, but you can also upload your own pictures. Simply select an image file from your computer and you can instantly create your own custom paintings and frame photos in-game. You can resize the image or force it to fit the frame as well. This feature also works with tabletop picture frames as well. You can multi-select parafolks by dragging a rectangle around them, then immediately command them to perform actions as a group. This works both for active and unplayable paras, as long as your character is already acquainted with them. You can direct the entire group to do activities together, go somewhere, play games, socialize, and more. If a particular object is already being used, they can even look for another similar object automatically. You can also cancel all of their current interactions at the same time and immediately assign them a new action together. Each day, you can read the daily newspaper, which features random news and announcements about events happening around town. Yes, the town actually has occasional community events. These can include astronomy meetups with telescopes, outdoor movie nights, treasure hunts, free yoga classes, jogging club gatherings, and even a Sunday market that takes place every week. Besides announcing events, the newspaper can also provide hints about certain activities you can try, something you can find, and sometimes it may even reward you with money or skill points directly. You may be wondering, are there cheat codes in Paralives? And the answer is yes, there are. To open the cheat console, you can press the Control key and the F1 key. Heck, even the classic Ctrl-Shift-C shortcut from The Sims works too. I guess they understand our muscle memory at this point. There are already plenty of cheats available in the game. You can type help and press enter to see a full list of commands. Some of the usual ones include jackpot for 50,000 paradigms or set money followed by any amount you want. There's also edit character to edit your household in Paramaker mode, set skill level followed by the skill name and level, set hour to change the time of day, and relieve all needs of all characters to fully restore every household member's needs. There are also some chaotic and hilarious cheats, like randomize all deformations, which completely randomizes your para's body and face sliders into cursed proportions. And honestly, there are many more. There's even a wiki explaining what every cheat does, which I'll link in the video's description. Paralives has 5 death types in the early access so far: death by starvation, fire, old age, one death type that I'll showcase later, and another one that I'm about to show right now. Besides the hunger need, you may want to watch out for the sleep need, because if it's all drained out, it won't make you pass out on the ground and sleep, but rather it actually causes your para to collapse and straight up die from fatigue. By the way, there are no tombstones and ghosts in the early access as of now, so dead paras will straight up just disappear. The town's museum accepts donations to help fill up its collection, and you can contribute by donating collectibles you find around the world. You can gather mushrooms, minerals, treasures, and other items throughout the town, then submit them through the donation box. For every 5 donations you make, you'll receive rewards such as cash or special objects. I won't spoil all of the rewards here though, so you should definitely discover some of them yourself. Once donated, your collectibles will actually be displayed inside the museum or the neighboring town hall. Besides that, there are also community bundles located within the community center ruins. These bundles request specific items like collectibles, certain objects, or food in exchange for object rewards, and some of them even ask for money donations instead. I'm still not entirely sure what happens once every bundle is completed, though it may simply still be a work in progress for now. Speaking of mushrooms, yes, you can actually find wild mushrooms throughout the world. Besides collecting them, you can also choose to eat them at your own risk. If you're lucky, you might find an edible mushroom that satisfies your hunger need. However, eating poisonous mushrooms such as fly agaric can give your para mushroom poisoning, which applies a negative debuff, rapidly lowers the bladder need, and affects daily activities. Thankfully, you can visit the hospital to get cured. Some mushrooms are even more dangerous. Certain species, like black amanita, don't just poison your para, but rather kill them of mushroom poisoning instantly on the spot. Yeah, Emily, maybe brush up on your mycology knowledge if you want to survive this game. Parafolks normally have 4 main needs to take care of, although some paras may gain additional needs depending on their specific traits or characteristics. However, there are certain situations where Paralives can temporarily ignore their needs entirely, essentially freezing them in place. For example, a parafolk with the jester vibe will randomly ignore one need each day after waking up, simply because they're so random like that. Another example happens when someone extremely close to a para dies, especially someone like a romantic partner. In situations like this, the parafolk can enter a state of shock, causing them to temporarily ignore all of their main needs. The same thing can also happen during emergencies such as fires, when paras become overwhelmed and enter a shock state that makes them disregard their needs altogether. Child, preteen, and teen parafolks will experience growth spurts as they age, gradually increasing their height over time. Children go through 2 growth spurts, preteens have 3, and teens have 4 in total. In this case, I use cheats to trigger the growth spurts instantly, but under normal gameplay, they usually occur naturally every few days. For you modders out there, Paralives Early Access will launch with its own in-game modding tool. You can create a new mod, give it a name, edit it directly in-game, and then mess around with all the options available in the control panel. There are settings for interactions, animations, actions, success rates, needs, skills, postures, locomotions, and a whole bunch of other modding and tuning stuff. Yeah, not gonna lie, I barely know anything about modding, let alone Paralives modding, so some of these terms still sound completely foreign to me. But I already know you talented modders out there are going to create some absolutely insane creations with this tool. And once your mod is done, you can upload it straight to the Steam Workshop for other players to try out. Yep, Paralives mod support is fully integrated with Steam Workshop. Sometimes Paralives can get sick from a virus from work, and this virus can spread to others. The digestive virus, for example, halves the energy and bladder need bars, so they constantly need to pee and sleep. You can go to the hospital to cure them. Paralives working in the healthcare can also give advice to cure it, though it can fail, like my case here. And finally, yes, you can become homeless in Paralives. Once you own a property, just go to the map view, click on your home, and sell the property. And there you go, your para is now homeless. After that, you can use the set money cheat to wipe out all your funds and basically start a full homeless rags to riches gameplay. Now go find those poisonous mushrooms and start selling them, not eat them. And those are 23 features you should know in Paralives. So what do you think of these features? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you everyone for watching this Paralives video, I hope that you like it, and if you do and want more Paralives videos in the future, feel free to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. See you later!